Not a word.
No text, no email.
Nothing.
Brooke saw us. How could we let that happen?
That's on me. Shouldn't have kissed you.
Oh, I'm as much at fault about this as you are, Ridge. Your wedding, my marriage, I mean, it's all in jeopardy. It's all in Brooke's hands.
It's okay. Brooke promised she wouldn't say anything.
Can we trust her?
When did you get back?
This morning?
Well, I talked with Ridge. It didn't take much for him to tell me what had happened. I'm really sorry.
You were right. The day before we were supposed to get married, there he was, kissing his father's wife.
And you confronted them?
Yes, I did. For what it was worth.
And now you're back to tell Eric.
You had this worked up while I was gone?
Based on your designs. I just coordinated and the sewers and got it to this point.
And all the while running things at Forrester and taking care of business at International?
Yeah, I just did what any CEO would do.
Yeah, well, the co-CEOs were off getting married.
Good job, son.
Thanks, Dad. I do know how to run the company. So, tell us about the weddings.
Yeah, Steffi and Liam, Brooke and Ridge. Super romantic, right?
And then after the wedding, we took a jet boat to the beach, to the reception. It was at Shelley Beach, a beautiful place. And Ivy and Steffi set this whole thing up with the music and dancing. It was stunning. A beautiful, chill day at the beach. Really
It's
nice.
just amazing.
Yeah, especially with Steffi ziplining into the wedding.
Yeah, well, you know her, right?
Oh, is there a picture of that?
Oh, absolutely not. She absolutely refused to have any pictures out for public consumption.
Oh, look at that one. It's so sweet.
You look happy there.
Yeah. Imagine that.
Pretty much the way you've looked since the day you got married.
You know, I've got to admit, I was just telling my wife. I was wrong about that lady,
A lot of people were.
but not you. And no surprise. Dad, you believe in people when they couldn't or wouldn't. Gwen, she's a lucky lady.
Nah. I'm the lucky one.
If Eric ever found out about us,
Your marriage would be over.
that much I deserve. What I couldn't live with is the pain that it would cause him.
I know.
We have to make sure that Brooke doesn't say anything to anyone.
Brooke isn't the problem. Katie came by to see me yesterday. She knows.
You have to tell Eric. He has to know the truth about his son.
His son and his wife. I mean, the whole thing just sickens me.
It's disgusting and heartbreaking for you, I know, but Eric has to be told. You agree with that, right?
I told them that I wouldn't tell Eric as long as they promised to stay away from each other.
You can't be serious.
Yeah, I was very firm about it, Katie. They stop what they're doing, otherwise they go straight to Eric.
I don't think Quinn can stop what she's doing any more than Ridge can.
I'm thinking about Eric and about this family. You know what it would do to him if he were to find out.
Better now than later. Brooke, you have to tell him. If you don't, I will.
You know, I can relate to Quinn.
You can?
Yeah. She was an outcast. And I have definitely felt that way at times in my life.
Yeah, but not the dad.
No. You always made me feel like a real proud member of this family. And now you've done the same for Quinn. Honestly, Eric, I was afraid she would let you down.
I thought the same.
Quinn would never do that to me.
But you saw beyond all that, Dad. You were forgiving.
Well, I have this problem finding fault in any of you.
That's why we all love you.
And it's not because of my amazing sex appeal.
Oh.
How do you do that, Dad? Women adore you.
It's because I love women. That's why I got into the fashion industry.
You do make us look more beautiful. That is
I
for
only
sure.
enhance what's there, that's all.
How can you not love this man?
How do you do it, Dad? I mean, you got to teach me that charm.
I think it's pretty genetic. Mhm. And I think you have captured Quinn's heart.
I hope I have. I'm continually amazed that at this time in my life, I found a woman that I can love like that I can absolutely trust that way.
Let's hope Ridge feels that way about Mom.
Yeah, I heard Ridge was back. I figured they would be taking a long honeymoon.
Actually, I wanted to talk to you two about that. The wedding didn't happen.
What?
Your mother and Ridge did not get married in Australia.
How did Katie find out? Did Brooke tell her?
Nope.
Ivy? Ivy told her? You told her, Ridge?
Yes, I told her about kissing you because she assumed it was something much worse than that. I had to handle it. She's been spying on us here in the office, at home.
Yeah, well, she watches us in every room that we're in together. She's looking for signs. She wants my husband. She will do anything to ruin my marriage.
Not sure about that.
Oh, come on. She's been on this witch hunt. She didn't have any proof before.
Well, she's been talking to Brooke.
About us?
I guess so.
What did she say?
It doesn't matter what anybody said. Brooke promised she'd keep it from Eric.
It doesn't mean that Katie will do that. I mean, she now that she knows what's going on between us, she hates me. She's gonna go to Eric with this.
It is not your place to tell Eric about
He's a
this.
dear friend of mine. I'm not going to let Quinn make a fool out of him.
He loves her, Katie. This would destroy him.
So you're just going to let it continue?
It's not going to continue.
Why? Because Quinn and Ridge made you a promise? You can't be that naive.
Look, this isn't easy for me, but I've made my decision and you're going to respect it.
Why are you protecting them?
I'm not protecting them. I want to strangle them both. I'm protecting Eric. It wasn't too long ago when he had a serious medical condition.
Which he has fully recovered from. He's more than capable of hearing the truth about his wife. He would be furious at us for keeping it from him. Brooke, he's married to a psychopath.
What would you call Ridge?
I would call him stupid. I think he's been stupid most of his life. He has zero self-control, especially when it comes to women. But you don't believe that, do you?
They know that I'm watching them. And if anything happens, if there's any kind of betrayal again, I go straight to Eric and I will tell him. Me, Katie, not you.
Brooke, they work together. They have constant contact with each other. If they couldn't keep their hands off of each other at a wedding reception the day before you were supposed to get married, what makes you think they're going to keep their hands to themselves behind closed doors? This isn't like you. You're being played for a fool. And there's only one reason why you're allowing this. You haven't given up on Ridge, have you? You're going to forgive him.
Ridge and Brooke didn't get married?
No.
Why not?
Wait a minute. You mentioned to me something happened when you were on the phone in Australia.
Some issue between the two of them.
What issue?
Look, Brooke came to me at the hotel, and
She was upset.
yes, and then Ridge came and took her away before she could say anything to me. They were both very upset.
Well, maybe they're working it out.
I hope so.
But they didn't come back home together. Mom stayed behind.
I think she's here now.
Rich obviously did something.
I wouldn't jump to that conclusion.
Well, what else could it be? Mom wanted this more than anything.
Does RJ know?
That's a good question. I'm not sure. I wouldn't bring it up.
Tell you what, that kid's gonna flip out.
Maya,
What are you doing?
I'm going to talk to the two of them.
That's a good idea. I want to talk to
No,
them,
no,
too.
no. Let me do this. I'm going to get to the bottom of this.
This doesn't make any sense. Why would they call off a wedding that they both wanted?
That's what I want to find out.
You can't possibly be thinking of forgiving Ridge for this.
Oh, God. Nobody is forgiving anybody.
Are you
Katie.
sure about that?
Yes, I'm sure. Will you just stop? This is a lot for me right now.
Okay, I know. I'm sorry. You're right. I'm sorry.
Rich said it was nothing.
Nothing. You really believe that?
What I saw wasn't a simple kiss on the cheek.
This has been going on for a while.
He tried to explain it.
I know. He tried to explain it to me, too.
How could he do this? How? Quinn? His father's wife?
I never trusted her.
But Eric obviously does.
Yes, and that scares me to death.
Eric's in the building and he wants to meet with Quinn, Ridge, and me.
Do you think he knows?
No, I just think he wants to find out exactly what's happening.
You have to tell him.
No, I'm not going to tell him. I have everything under control, so just leave it alone, Katie.
Eric's my friend, too. He deserves to know the truth about his wife. How can I face him knowing what I know?
Stop. You're not going to say one word, okay? Not one word.
He wants to talk to us.
Along with Brooke.
Why does he want me to be a part of it?
I don't know, because you're his wife.
But this doesn't have anything to do with me and Eric. It has to do with you and Brooke and why you two didn't get married.
Calm down. Maybe he wants you here because he enjoys your company and wants to see your perspective.
Perspective.
Logan, before Dad gets here,
Ridge, don't.
this is not worth throwing away what we have, our family. This is nothing.
It's just a silly infatuation.
If your fiance had a silly infatuation with another woman, I could only imagine what you would do, Quinn.
Ridge loves you, not me.
You know what I want to talk about. I'm head of this family. I'm concerned.
Well, there's nothing to be concerned about, Dad.
Is that right? You've ironed things out? There's going to be a wedding?
No.
Then why? I want to know why. I want to know what happened to change your mind. Brooke? You want to tell me?
Does this make any sense? Because it certainly doesn't make any sense to me.
What I wonder is who called off the wedding.
It couldn't have been my mom. RJ was counting on this wedding.
Why would Rich call it off?
It's not the first time he's broke my mom's heart.
Maybe it was mutual?
No, because they went all the way to Australia to elope.
Something happened down there.
And then my mom comes home alone. I mean, it doesn't add up.
You know, your father's right. We can't jump to conclusions.
Nah, they need to get their act together. How many years has it been? And then there's my dad. He meets the woman of his dreams. He gets married. Ridge and my mom need to take a page out of their playbook.
Quinn and Eric are a special case,
And everybody hated her.
especially Rich,
And now they're like besties. And the whole family loves her.
except maybe Katie.
The point is, nobody thought my dad and Quinn would make it to the altar, but they did.
In record time.
And how long has my mom and Ridge been doing this dance? You know what? Quinn and my dad need to give them a lesson about trust and honesty.
Without all the drama.
What happened in Australia?
Dad, it's personal.
Brooke came to my hotel room. She was upset. She sought me out. And I want to know why. You know, on the trip over there, the two of you were like newlyweds already. At Steffi's wedding and at the reception, you were laughing and dancing. Were you aware of anything?
Well, I mean, no, I wasn't. I mean,
No, I mean, you sat with Ridge for a while on the plane. Did he express there was any kind of a problem at all?
sweetie, I wasn't really looking for a problem.
Well, did he say anything to you about maybe having second thoughts about getting married or anything like that?
Dad, I'm sorry. I'm right here. I can hear you. And this is not for the family to discuss. This is something just between the two of us.
Well, that's not entirely true, isn't it? I have a grandson for whom this marriage means a great deal. I mean, it means more to him than to anybody else, I think.
Archie's a strong young man. He's gonna be just fine.
He's gonna be devastated, Rich.
I can't believe the two of you are giving up on this so easily.
There's nothing easy about this.
Well, then let's talk it out. I mean, aren't you the one that insisted that we talk things out when I was first seeing Quinn, when I was getting to know her?
Yeah, and you told me to stay out of it, so I did.
But I allowed you to express your opinion, didn't I? Every time I let you talk. And I tried to impart to you how much Quinn meant to me. How much it meant to me to have this woman in my heart. How much it meant to me to have a woman to love like this. And you two should have this together too, but you don't. There's something going on. There's some kind of an issue, and I want to help you with that. We both do. Brooke. Brooke. What is it? You and I have always been so close. We've always been able to be open with one another, so honest. I mean, I'm convinced that's why you came to me in the hotel room and you wanted to talk to me, so what is it? No, that's enough. That's enough, Rich. Brooke, I'm convinced that this is huge. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's big enough for you to cancel this wedding. Oh, my God, look at you. You're as upset right now as you were when you came to my room. I know you're the one who called it off. I'm sure of that. I want to know why. We're not going to leave this room until I know why you're not going to marry my son.